Today's reading is Ghost, an entry from the Monster Encyclopedia book series. A human soul bound by demon mana and transformed into a monster after dying and losing its body. Since they don't have enough magical energy right after being born or died, they lack an actual body and can't physically touch other things. Because most of their body is actually formed from demon mana, while they keep most of their memories from when they were from their human lives, they are far more lustful compared to when they were alive, and their thoughts are dim. Their minds are stained with wild fantasies about having sex with men, which they will likely act on later. In order to make those fantasies a reality, they seek the mana necessary to form a body and wander places such as graveyards or other places nearby where they died in search of prey. Since they don't have a body after just being born, they can't directly touch humans, and when they find a man, they take possession of his body and try to suck out his mana little by little. Once they take possession of someone, they're able to forcibly unify their thoughts with those of their host. In this way, they are able to send their wild fantasies directly into the man's mind. The man, being possessed, will be tortured by lewd scenes of them, specifically them, that are constantly filling their head. Eventually, after sucking out enough mana in this manner, they materialize, and by that time the man's head is so full of thoughts of them that he starts to yearn for them. After obtaining a body, they themselves will be maximally aroused from eagerly anticipating sex with said man that they possessed, which is their heart's desire. So he will probably gladly have sex with them and end up continuing to offer mana, without resistance. Also, when the lewd fantasies fill his head, if the man is unable to bear the arousal and temptation, and he masturbates releasing semen on his own, then in that case, they will immediately take it in and materialize on the spot. The ghost will be entranced and maximally aroused after getting their first direct taste of semen, and they'll use their newly acquired body on the spot to their heart's content and have sex with the man in front of them. Actually, having sex with them is even better than in the wild fantasies, and it is accompanied by even greater pleasure. By tasting the intense pleasure, their wild fantasies become even more radical, and the actualization of said fantasy afterward becomes yet even more intense. In the case of a woman being possessed, wild fantasies would be sent into her head in the same way. A possessed woman has her mind stained by wild fantasies in the same way the ghost does herself. Overcome with lust, she will likely start assaulting men. In this case, when the woman copulates with a man, the ghost can get mana as well. It is said that ghosts return to heaven once the regrets are taken care of, but the regrets and desire is by and large, I wanted to spend time with that guy I liked and keep fucking him. And the more they have sex, the worse the regrets grow. I want it more rough. I want to do it a lot more. For that reason, there is no confirmation of one actually returning to heaven, and we remain uncertain about the veracity of this statement.